Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Tech Ed here with another video for you. So I have something very special to show you today. This is the current graphics card that I've been using. I bought this maybe about a year ago. It's been doing me perfectly well up until this point. I haven't been able to run a whole lot of games at higher resolutions without sacrificing some of the video quality. So I decided, why not go ahead and purchase something from this generation. Currently I've been using an EVGA GTX 1060 6GB. This is a full-size 2-fan design. It has a single 8-pin PCIe power input. The outputs that it has on it, it's got 3 display ports and a single HDMI, as well as a DVI connector, which you're not seeing a whole lot of those anymore. So this card, it has no RGB. It has a single plate here on the front that illuminates white. And the main issue that I have with this, it has exceeded my expectations. It is a great card. It has done a great job thus far, but my issue that I'm having is this fan that spins tends to have a little clicking noise. I want to play games at 4K, and this card's really not doing it. So I will be doing hopefully a tear down, replacing the thermal paste on this guy, and I'm going to try and see if I can still get some use out of that. So next thing that I have on the plans is I went ahead and purchased a GTX 2080 from Asus. This is current generation, has current ray tracing features. 2080 OC edition. And we'll go ahead and just dive right into an unboxing of this guy. So this is the retail packaging, as you can see. I will just give you a quick glance at the packaging so you can see what it looks like. Some of the features it has on it: it has 8 GB of GDDR6 memory. Ray tracing is a feature of this card, exclusive to NVIDIA products. This card has axial fans. This is a 3-fan card. Axial meaning that it has a ring around it. I'm not sure if that provides any real cooling benefit, but we'll find out. Aura-Sync compatible, I would hope so. Asus owns Aura-Sync. It has 2 DisplayPort connections, 2 HDMI connections, and it actually has a Type-C connection on the back. And I want to look and see if I can use that Type-C as a pass-through for a hard drive or any other device that I'm trying to use. That Type-C is there for VR. VR is becoming more popular, and it's good to see that they put a Type-C on the outside of the card. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this guy open. So there is some tape here, some tape here. Put my knife away so I don't stab myself. That wouldn't be good. Let's see, pull these tabs, and I think these are the only 2 tabs. This is a fresh unboxing. I have not opened this up yet, so classic, a box inside of a box. So we will slide that box out. Nice Strix logo there on the top. Strix on the sides. Nothing on the bottom. You get the experience before I do. Pamphlet information. Cheap feeling box, but pamphlets don't really need anything special. We have a driver CD, which I'm not sure why they include. We can download those from the internet. Quick start guide, but I don't need that. the moment of truth. Let's get this guy open. Here's the retail packaging, the card. Sorry, the card is inside a bag. Electrostatic bag, I'm sure. Help to prevent static electricity from building up or shorting any parts. Ooh. Wow, this guy has some heft. That's a lot heavier than the last one. And if you can't tell, I am excited for this. I have been waiting for an RTX card for a while. Cable tie straps. Let's get this guy out of the packaging. Sorry for your ears. I'll turn this down. Hopefully you won't be murdered right now. That's a big boy. Let's do a size comparison here. Definitely bigger. You can tell it sort of towers over it, kind of dwarfs it. So I'm going from a 1060 to a 2080. I will be running some benchmarks on both of these cards. I don't have anything else to compare them to. So this is more unique to my scenario. I have a 1060 6 gig that I'll be running benchmarks against a 2080. I feel as though most people are where I'm at. I purchased this 1060 at the height of the mining craze, and I really didn't get a good price for it. I overpaid for that card. I paid probably double of what the retail was for that 1060. And the reason I didn't get a 1070 or a 1080 is really just because the prices were so horrible at that time that I really couldn't afford anything more than a 1060. This card here, it is, I think, don't quote me on it, but as of today it was about $80 over retail, and which isn't really that bad considering. So comparing these two physically, what is the difference? Well, the 1060 uses a single PCIe power in. The 2080 uses two 12-volt PCIe connections. So this guy's using has access to more power. This has 3 fans instead of 2. It is a 2.7 slot card. You can tell that there are 2 slots here, and it hangs over the second slot. So this is wide. It's considerably wider. This is a 2-slot card. So if you have a small case, you might not be able to do a 2060. 2070, 2080. These guys, the coolers on these guys are getting just massive. They're ridiculous. So I'm interested to see the amount of cooling that this card can dish out. As far as connections, on here we have 2 display ports, 2 HDMIs, and a USB Type-C. You have your PCIe slot here on the bottom, covered by a nice rubberish plastic feeling cover. That's just to protect it during shipping. This card also has access to SLI over NVLink, so that is available here. That just allows you to hook up 2 cards together and utilize more power from 2 different cards. This does have an RGB logo on the back, RGB lighting here along the front, and it's nice to see that they include, I don't know if you can see that, but they have 2 fan headers and 2 PWM fan headers and a 4-pin RGB. So it's nice to see that they include that. They also have a dedicated LED switch here on the front, and that's also really nice because if I'm just not feeling RGB today, I can always just cut that off and I don't have to fiddle through the software to figure that out. It does have a dual BIOS switch. There's a performance mode and a quiet mode. This one shipped default in performance mode. So I'm not sure what the difference is there. I'm assuming it's just something with the fan curves, more aggressive cooling, allowing you to clock a little higher. But we'll be playing around with overclocking this guy in the future. And I'll pit these two cards against each other to show you the differences between them. I chose an Asus graphics card because I'm running an Asus motherboard right now, and just to have the brands match. I'm a little anal about that. So there is some plastic covering here on the back. We'll go ahead and pull that off. I'll do a peeling for you because I know you guys like those things. Alright, so that's done. So that concludes the unboxing of the RTX 2080. And why don't we just go ahead and put it in the computer? Alright, let's go ahead and get this guy plugged in. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to plug in my connections, my display connections into the back. So I've got my display port. That'll go there. Nope, that'll go there. And I've got my HDMI that I'll plug up here. And that's just output video to the two monitors that I have. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slot this connector here into the motherboard. And I'll get you a little closer so you can see that. I apologize in advance, but I'm going to try and get you a little closer here. If it looks a little shaky, I'm sorry. So this slot here, this slot slots into this connection on my motherboard. That is a PCIe 3.0 connection, and there's a little tab. There's a little tab here that flips back and forth to hold it in place. So let me go ahead and just slot this in here, being careful to make sure my metal brackets on the back side get in place. So as you can see, I'm slotting that in there. Once you get it lined up, give it a gentle push. Give it a gentle push, it'll sit in there quite nice. I've got two thumb screws that go over here just to help hold it in place, and I'll screw those in. No need for you to watch. Those nice and tight. There's a little bit of sag coming from the back end, just from this side. Sags just a little bit. I like how they include a metal bracket here, sort of brace, that helps to provide some rigidity in the card so that this corner down here doesn't sag. That's the most common, but it looks nice. Let me go ahead and plug these 8-pin power connectors in. Alright, I have my HDMI cable and my DisplayPort cable plugged in. The graphics card is now wired for power, and I will go ahead and close this. There's a switch on the back of the power supply, gives me some power. As you can see, my little pilot light on my motherboard cut on. I love that thing. It tells me that it's getting power. Looks like there's two pilot lights coming in on those connections, so that tells me that that's getting power. That's nice. I didn't know it had two little LED pilot lights, but let's go ahead and just turn the system on. Ooh, ah. So it looks like it has a sort of red breathing effect going on right now. So there's this back plate that lights up. There's a logo here on the front that lights up. And there's also, if I can get down far enough, which I don't think I can, there are LEDs on the front of the graphics card as well. Sorry for the crappy angle, but I can't power this thing on without it being plugged in. And so the graphics card is running, all 3 fans are spinning, the lights are on. That is a good sign. Alright, so what do we have here? We have mainly an unboxing only video. I'm sorry for not including any benchmarking results, comparing these 2 cards, but that'll be in a different video. I need more time to get those results together and charted, and this is solely just an unboxing video. So this is what I was running, the EVGA 1066 gig. Fantastic card, held up well in all of my tests, never really gave me any trouble other than the clicking noise that I was getting from this fan here. And that fan spins more often than this one just to keep some of the video components, the outputs, cool. So this guy here, this monster of a card, well, I am excited. I have done some preliminary results testing, some benchmarking with this guy, and I can tell you that it is a fantastic graphics card. Looks great, has RGB lighting on the front, the top, something that the EVGA card wasn't able to give me, just because it has a solid illuminating white light. But I love the toggle switch on the back of this card. There is something weird with the software. I wish that Asus would have put the software in to control the lighting on this card inside their Aura Sync software instead of through their graphics card tweaking program, but that's another note for another video. So to conclude, fantastic card, very expensive, probably not a great suit for everyone that's looking to buy a graphics card. We'll have some benchmarking results in another video for you. On a side note, I am doing a giveaway. So this card came with a copy of Anthem and came with a copy of Battlefield 5. I already have a copy of Battlefield 5 and I am no longer needing the copy. So in order to enter the giveaway for the copy of Battlefield 5, you'll have to first be a subscriber. Second, comment down below the current rig that you have. If you don't have a gaming PC and still want a copy of Battlefield 5, by the way, this is only an exclusive PC copy of Battlefield 5. If you still want it, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. I'll be giving this away to one lucky subscriber 1 week from today. And if you don't respond within 24 hours of me contacting you, then I will choose a new winner. So subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment down below the current PC that you're using, comment down below any other thoughts or questions that you might have. I would be happy to answer it. My email address is down below if you want to contact me directly for any products or reviews in the future, maybe even some PC building advice. Just send me a message and I'd be happy to respond. So thank you for joining in today, and I'll see you in the next one.